If you want to change who you are, you must understand how the mind works so that you can start reprogramming it. The first step to understand the mind is to understand what behavior is goal oriented, goal oriented, 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 oriented. The first step to understand the mind is to understand that our behavior is goal oriented. When you think about it, it is kind of obvious. When we dig into it, most people don't want to hear it. You take a step, you take a step forward because you want to reach a certain location. You strike your nose because you want to make the itch go away. No ones are clear, but most of the time your goals are unconscious. You may not realize that when you sit on the couch in the middle of the day, you're trying to burn time because you trying you are trying to burn time for your next responsibility. As one simple example, and one simple example, on an even more unconscious and complex level, you pursue goals that can harm you, but you justify your action in a way that is socially acceptable and doesn't make you seem like a loser. As an, exam- as an, as an example, if you cannot stop procrastinating your work, you may justify it with the fact that you are lack discipline, but in reality, you are attempting to achieve your goal like you always are. In this case, that goal could be to protect yourself from the judgment that comes from finishing and sharing your work. If you if you say you want to quit your dead end job but stay in it without any real reason, you may start to think you don't have enough correct. Uh, you may start you may start to think that you don't have enough correct, or that you were never really a crisp a crisp crisp risk taker. But the truth is that you are pursuing the goal of safety, predictability, and unskilled not to look like a failure to everyone else in your life who also work on a dead end job. The lesson here is that real change requires changing your goals. I don't mean setting some survey level goals because the act of doing that serves an unconscious goal that is actually harming you. That is being ran through enough in the that is that is being ran through enough in the project in the in the productivity of space. I mean changing your point of view because that is what a goal is. A goal is a goal is a projection into the future that acts as a lens of perception which allow you to notice information, ideas, and resources that aid you achieving that goal. Let's dig a bit deeper because if you don't understand it, it only becomes more difficult to get out. Three, you are not where you want to be because you are afraid to be there. The important, the important thing, the important thing for you to remember is that it does not matter in the least how you got the idea or where it came from. You may never have met a professional hypnotist, hypnotist. You may never have been formally hypnotized, but if you have accepted an idea from yourself, the teachers, your parents, friends, advertisements from any other source, and further, if you are firmly convinced that idea is true, and further, if you are firmly convinced that idea is true, it has the same power you it has the same power over you as the hypnosis work can over uh, the as the hypnotic work had over the hypnotized subject. Hear how you become who you are today and how you will become who you will. Ủa? Lên lẹ gì?